Hey guys, today we're going to talk about why dolphins were dying in captivity. Why they were really dying. Now, a lot of people have a lot of different theories about this in the modern times, but let's go back to the beginning. In the 1860s and 70s, they started capturing beluga whales and dolphins and bringing them back to captivity. They always had a hard time keeping them alive, and they had an even harder time breeding them. The first successful dolphin breeding wasn't until 1947, and their success rates keeping captive bred and wild-caught dolphins continued to be very poor. A lot of aquariums were replacing their dolphin stocks every single year with fresh dolphins caught from the wild. Until the 1960s, when it was figured out quite quickly that the problem was they were feeding the dolphins only fish, and only certain fish that happen to contain thiaminase, which is an enzyme that basically destroys thiamine. And thiamine is required for all vertebrates, and if you don't have enough thiamine, one of the consequences is congestive heart failure. This is what was killing the dolphins primarily. And some aquariums were feeding them fish that did not have thiaminase, and they did not have the same problems, but they still had problems keeping them alive for how long they're supposed to live out in the wild, and they had problems breeding them. So the solution was much like we do in the rest of the pet industries. We supplement them, we'd switch the fish to fish that do not contain thiaminase, and then we'd stuff those fish full of vitamins and minerals, including extra thiamine. And that was it. It was a pretty simple answer. It had nothing to do with chlorine. It had nothing to do with how they were treated, although those are problems. There's lots of humane problems involved. Chlorine is probably not good for them as well. I don't think it's a great life in an aquarium, but the basic problem was solved in the 1960s, and that was implemented across the world. So any aquarium that's keeping its stocks alive or that's breeding its stocks, all of them are stuffing those fish full of vitamins and minerals, including extra B1 thiamine. And there's a lot of fish that contain thiaminase, including anchovies, white bass, butterfish, common carp, catfish, black cod, sardines, smelt, which was a big problem with the dolphins. A lot of them were feeding them smelt, but also bigger fish like swordfish, tuna, whitefish. And basically there is no wild dolphin or whale populations that will survive off of eating these fish. They will be eating a variety of other fish, and they also have multiple other nutrient sources in the wild environment which are not present in the aquarium environment, so they have to be put into the fish artificially in the form of supplements, just like any other livestock or pet or zoo animal.
And basically, the problem was they were just being fed fish, because all vertebrates require the same nutrients, and all vertebrates get the same diseases from the same deficiencies.
And definitely check out my newest book, Fake Diseases. It covers all of the major topics that come up, like birth defects, blood sugar problems, bone and joint problems, cancer, autoimmune problems, and more. And it's on Amazon for just $9.99. And the audiobook read-along version is free here on YouTube, and the link for that is in the description of this video.